What if I told you, the poorest person is not the one without money, but the one without Ḥayā? Ḥayā, modesty, self-respect, the inner shame that protects you from dishonor, is the heart's shield. It guards your dignity. And dignity is the heart's sense of honor before Allah, knowing it is respected, clean, and elevated by Him. But when Ḥayā weakens, that shield begins to crack. And when dignity fades, the heart no longer feels its honor in the sight of Allah. It starts to feel exposed, insecure, desperate for people's approval. Without dignity, the heart is like a ship without its anchor. Dignity is that anchor, the weight that keeps your heart steady in knowing, I am honored by Allah. I don't need to beg for people's approval. I can resist sins because Allah has given me worth. But when the anchor is lost, the heart drifts. It chases people's opinions, afraid of rejection. It falls into sins easily because nothing holds it firm. And it grows restless, searching for worth in dunya, but never finding peace. This is the story of Musa, a teenage boy from Nigeria, a boy caught between two worlds, the call of Ḥayā and the pull of desire, the honor of character and the glitter of dunya. In the past, Musa was the kind of boy people trusted. He was gentle in speech, lowering his voice when elders spoke. If someone trusted him with their belongings, they knew it was safe in his hands. He wasn't the loudest in the room, but when he did laugh, it was pure, the kind of laugh that made others smile with him, not at anyone else's expense. Musa carried himself with Ḥayā. When walking through the streets, he lowered his gaze. When speaking, he chose his words carefully, never wanting to embarrass another. His teachers noticed it too. When others argued or mocked one another, Musa stayed calm, often stepping in to ease the tension without raising his voice. His classmates sometimes joked that he was too serious, but deep down, they respected him. At home, his parents saw his character in small things, helping his mother without being asked, greeting his father with warmth, making his younger siblings laugh without belittling them. Inside, Musa felt a quiet confidence, not because of wealth or looks, but because he knew Allah honored him for guarding his character. But as Musa grew older, the world around him began to press in. He started to notice things he hadn't cared about before. The sneakers his classmates wore, the way they joked without limits, the attention they got online. At first, Musa resisted. When his friends laughed at crude jokes, he forced a smile but kept quiet. When they urged him to download certain apps, he told himself,
"No, this isn't for me."
Inside, though, something began to stir, a small restlessness, a whisper.
Why can't I just loosen up a little? Why do I always have to be the serious one?
It was not that Musa had lost his Ḥayā, but he began to feel its weight. Guarding his gaze, guarding his tongue, guarding his prayers, it all felt heavier than before. And the dunya's glitter, so easy, so inviting, began to pull at him. Then came his first slip. One afternoon, his friends showed him a video, the kind that mocked others and crossed lines. Normally, Musa would have walked away, but this time he stayed. He laughed. Not a fake smile, but a real laugh that burst out of him. It was small, just a laugh. But inside, Musa felt the shift, like a tiny crack in a wall he thought was unbreakable. After that first laugh, Musa felt a strange mix of guilt and relief.
It was just one laugh, what's the harm?
He told himself. But the cracks in his shield grew. He began staying up later, scrolling through social media, comparing himself to others, feeling both envy and desire. He started mimicking his friends' jokes, sometimes crude, sometimes careless, just to fit in. When walking past a shop displaying flashy sneakers or the newest phone, his heart raced with longing. He told himself,
I deserve this too, maybe I'll ask my parents soon.
Each act was small. Each compromise seemed insignificant, but together they began to erode the quiet confidence he once had. Musa still prayed, but sometimes it became rushed. Sometimes he skipped a sunnah prayer he had never missed before. He still lowered his gaze, but at times he lingered, letting curiosity and desire take hold. He still cared for his siblings, but his patience thinned, and his words became sharper than he intended. Inside, Musa's heart felt heavier. The whispers were louder now.
You're missing out, you could be like them, why hold back?
And though no one had forced him, though nothing had truly changed around him, Musa felt himself drifting. This was the slow erosion, the subtle pull of dunya that made him forget the honor and peace he once carried. But Allah does not leave his servants without reminders. And for Musa, they began to come one ordinary day. On the way to school, he had seen a younger boy return a lost notebook to the teacher. The boy's honesty and calm demeanor reminded Musa of the integrity he once carried. At lunch, he overheard a friend boasting about attention he'd gained online. Musa felt a quiet pang. The praise felt hollow. And he realized he hadn't felt true satisfaction in a long time. Later, passing by a shop, he saw a mother struggling to calm her crying child. Without thinking, Musa helped her settle the little one, and the gratitude in her eyes sparked warmth in his chest, a kind of peace he had forgotten. And then came the evening. Walking home from school, Musa saw a younger boy from his neighborhood drop his school bag. Books spilled across the dusty road. Without hesitation, Musa rushed to help. As he picked up the scattered books, he noticed the boy's eyes, wide, grateful, and innocent. In that moment, something inside Musa stirred even more. He remembered himself not long ago, the pure laughter, the gentle words, the calm confidence before Allah. And then he realized,
when did I stop being that boy?
It hit him, all the careless jokes, the moments he ignored prayer, the times he sought approval from friends instead of Allah. All the attention, all the comparisons, all the glitter of dunya, it had never filled his heart. It had only left him restless. That night, Musa sat quietly, heart heavy but aware. He whispered a simple dua.
Oh Allah, forgive me for what I have let slip. Guide me back to what you honor.
It was not a dramatic change, not a sudden miracle. It was small, humbling, personal. But it planted a seed, the seed of remembering who he truly was and what true wealth really meant. From that moment, Musa began to see the world differently. He realized that real richness does not lie in sneakers, phones, or social media praise. It lies in Ḥayā, in dignity before Allah, in character that can never be bought or stolen. My dear brothers and sisters, listen closely. The dunya will flash its glitter, but it will never satisfy your soul. It will tell you to chase more likes, more money, more attention, but the more you chase, the emptier you'll feel. Guard your Ḥayā and you will never be poor, even if your pockets are empty. Keep your character and you will always be rich, even if no one knows your name. Because wealth fades, looks fade, fame fades, but Ḥayā is light. And light never fades when it's for Allah. So embrace what money can't buy. Hold on to what the world cannot take away. Leave as though Allah is watching, because He is. And let your souls shine with the richness of Ḥayā and character over material wealth. Jazakum Allahu khairan for being here. Until next time, stay sincere, stay seeking.